Course.
There it is.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Gail and this is Mary and this is Sammy. And Sammy works at the Rustic Raven with Mary. Let me say hello to a few people here. Hey Vivian, hey Teresa, hey Spirit Watcher Suzanne, hey Butterfly Kisses. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. Hey Spirit Watcher Suzanne and Teresa and Mandy May, thanks for joining us. And there goes my computer. Hey Susie 007, hey Tina. Let's see. Hey, Karen Johnson. Let's see who else is here. Lulu. Hey, Lulu. And Lupo. Hey, Dream Journey One. Let's see. We got a lot of people here today. And I see Dream Journey. We already got a question. Good. We've got 9 questions that came into the community box that I will do first, and then I'll get to your question later. Hey, Starfish. Oh, it's good to see you, Starfish. I hadn't seen you in a while. Hey, Diana. And hey, Jen Carr. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Son of What? Okay, well, let's. Well, first, everybody's wondering, who is Sammy? Y'all are just looking at her going, who is she? And who is that person called Mary? So, Sammy, go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and what you do. Hey, Vivian.
Thank you. So I'm Sammy. I work at the Rustic Raven. I manage the shop, but I'm also one of the healers. I mostly dabble with astrology. That's my first love. I've been doing that for about 15 years now. But I'm also a certified Reiki master, certified advanced shamanic practitioner. I'm really into anything to do with the sky, the stars, space, all of that, but also really into crystal healing, earth healing, things like that. And I've been on this path for, like I said, I've done astrology for 15 years, but I've been dedicated to this path for at least the last 5 to 6 years now, and gotten all my certifications and everything. So I'm just expanding.
And so if anybody wants to book an appointment with you, they would go to the Rustic Raven.
Yes, I'm on the Rustic Raven website. Sammy Starling Celestial Healing is my business. You can find me on Google as well, or Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those things. If you look up Sammy Starling, I'll come up.
Okay. Well, Sammy, it's usually about ETs and aliens, my shows, yeah. And that's what we're trying to normalize our experiences with them and making it a safe place and a comfortable place for people to come and talk about their ET experiences, which is hard. It's a hard hurdle to get over because most people were told they were crazy or something was wrong with them if they had ET experiences. And I thought I had a brain tumor. And so anyway, tell us about your ET experiences.
Yeah, the first one I remember mostly, it was a while ago. I had a reading with a psychic. This was like 7 or 8 years ago, before I was really in tune with my gifts. And they mentioned having like cosmic mother, cosmic father kind of guides with me. So I remember I like held on to that and I did a reading. I have past life cards. And this is before I got really into reading tarot cards, which I forgot to mention that also. But I did a reading and kind of connected in with each entity. And the mother or feminine figure actually showed me a past life where I was a Pleiadian, kind of showed me a little bit about that life. Not a whole lot, because it can be a lot to take in. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle with, talking about it and, being able to conceptualize it. But I was shown like kind of the planet that I lived on, kind of what the society was like that I lived in, even seeing like the energy bodies of the Pleiadians. And that was the first real kind of concrete experience. And I've carried that for years and years now and kind of gotten more pieces of information to understand it over time. So that was one of the first ones. I know I did have one. It was actually after a live that you two did, and I had sat in the room. We were like in the library and I was working the shop and I just sat in the room with you guys. And I remember just getting like all these downloads of information, like everything you were saying, I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. Like it just put so much together. And I actually had a trade set up with one of the other healers here, and she did like a Reiki grid on me. But as she did the grid, I like transported out of my body into like a ship, and I really couldn't understand anything except the light. Like there was light coming into me, and that's all I could in my human brain understand. But I remember just being like, whoa, Gail opened me up to something. I don't know. And ever since then, I've been able to kind of make more sense of things like my experiences, because I sit outside with the stars all the time. And as an astrologist, I literally feel like I talk to the stars, and that, you know, they talk to me and the planets and everything. So I've been able to understand a lot of those downloads a lot more as, you know, other entities of higher vibrations, you know, the same way we would look at like angels or spirit guides or things like that. You know, it's that same kind of high vibrational energy that can be hard for our human to make sense of. But it's been an interesting path, kind of getting more familiar with that and being able to make sense of those things. So I really appreciated that from you guys that day.
That's good. I was like,
and my ears started ringing. Felt like there was this huge energy that came into the room too. So
yeah, I know I have like the starseed like past lives, but I feel like I've had a couple different ones in which I talk to this about people. I feel like a lot of us that are starseeds have existed in those different spaces. Like we were, you know, Pleiadians, we were Arcturians, we were Syrians, we, you know, we're here for Atlantis. Like people that have that kind of mission for their soul kind of incarnate during those very particular times of the world, which this is definitely one for Earth. So
have you thought about taking the Starseed astrology course?
I haven't. I have not.
Yeah.
Do you teach that? Who teaches that?
I can give you the information. In fact, somebody in the chat, I'm sure y'all can give me the information. I can't remember her name. Or Susie, do you remember? Susie's out there eating. Julia White, but I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, there's somebody who teaches it and certifies, and I think it's like a year, at least a year course, I think. But she teaches it. And, you can find it. I know you can find it from Ursula, who's into it, and she's hers. Wow. Well, there it goes. Yeah. I don't know. I'll give you the information.
There's a course. That sounds really cool.
Julia Blaz. Is it Blaz?
Blaz. Thank you. Oh, there. Thank you, Vivian. Julia Blaz. Yeah, Balaz. And who is it? She can go. What is Ursula's YouTube channel where she's always congratulating people who've taken that course and graduated? Vivian. Oh, a playground. What is it? Ascension Playground. That she's one of the. I think Ursula was one of the first people that took this course. So, but it's kind of exploded, and I don't think Julia even lives in this country. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, so okay. So anyway, you might want to look into that because it seems like to me that would be right up your alley, also.
Most definitely. That's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Mary, is there anything new that you need to talk about or tell us about?
Gail.
Mary.
Gail. For so long, I was having like ET experiences back to back to back. And I think it was last show, I was like, I haven't had any ET experiences in months. Like other than just like when I work with clients and stuff like that. Not since my baby's 2 now. So not since he was younger than a year. Then everything kind of tapered off after he hit 2. And I have been having all of these experiences. But the other night, I got up to pee, and I was sitting on the toilet with the door open, and it was dark. Everyone was asleep. It was like midnight something. I don't know what woke me up, but I went to use the bathroom. And I look over because my heart does this jumpy thing, and there is this tall creature with horns. And what are they called where they have like a goat bottom?
Yeah. That's sounding like Sally.
You think? I don't know. It had like a goat-ish bottom and horns, and it seemed really tall. And it walked out of my son's room and like paused outside the bathroom, and it made me really nervous. And I don't normally get nervous around guides and things like that. And I was like, please get out of my house right now. And it just kind of left. And immediately, as soon as it left, the baby starts crying.
Of course.
So I knew, I had the knowing that whatever it was, that creature was in there talking. And I don't think it was anything malicious. It's just, you know, I have that relationship with aliens. Just
You're right.
get out of the house.
Well, Mary, the Sally looks like, remember, she's blue and she's tall. She's like at least 6 feet tall with horns. And she looks like the aqua aura. I shouldn't say blue. She looks aqua. She's like aqua
I feel
aura.
like I've met her before though, so I'm familiar with her energy, but maybe this is something like from where she's from though.
And she has deer legs. And it's deer legs that she has.
But then like last night or the night before, I think it was last night, I laid there in my bed and I said, my life with Gail's tomorrow. Please, ETs, come talk to me. ETs, give me an ET experience. Like I kept wishing them to come. And I just noticed there's a bunch of grays lined up outside the house just at the street, and they just stood there because I was calling them. They didn't have anything to say, but they stood there. They came. They're like,
well, they said you yelled at us the last time we were here. Okay. All right. Although my nose and my eyes are running, I guess my allergies have cranked up this morning. Okay. So we have got questions in the community box. What are you laughing about?
You said they were running, and I said you better catch them. I made a dad joke, and Sammy gave it.
Okay. All right. So let's see. The first person is Patty M. is the first question, and if we can bring hers up, Susie. Patty M. You find hers? I don't know if you can find it. Okay. All right. Patty M. You were asking. Let's see. And I just did short abbreviations or whatever because you can't put but so many words in these banners. So Patty, I wanted to know if I have any ET family. I dreamed that I was in a spaceship and there was a baby crying. I felt it was hungry as I knelt down about to hold it. It disappeared, but I tell you the spaceship felt like jello and it was maroon colored. Well, Patty, immediately I got that actually they were showing you your hybrid baby. Is what I was getting, that it wasn't like the baby was actually there, but they were letting you see that you had a brand new hybrid baby, like presenting it, hey, here's your baby. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but that's all they were doing was showing. And yes, you were up on a spaceship. I don't know that I've ever seen a maroon one, so I would be interested in to know who that ET or who your ET family is or who the hybrids were. But that's what I get, Patty, is that they were showing you your. Did you get your gifts to heal for Earth? Let's see what's good. Let's see what's good. Maybe I put that in the wrong place. Gifts to heal Earth. Oh, I think that was from another day. I think that was probably for last week. That question. So anyway, so the ET family dreamed it was the baby was crying and you felt it was hungry and you knelt down and to hold it, but it was fine. And as I said, I think they were just showing your hybrid baby. And I think that is the spaceship that you're affiliated with. And there you go. Do y'all have anything to add to that?
Do you think it's possible? Are there uniforms that are dark red?
Well, I have not worn one yet, but I'm sure there is.
Do you think it's possible that on another life or interdimensional space that she was also one of the aliens who cared for all of the alien babies? There's something about caretaker that's coming up, as if she may also have been somebody who actually cared for the babies, you know, because all the aliens come to this space and they don't have like their moms. Right. They have a caretaker.
Right. They have a community. Most ETs have community living. Mm-hmm. And whereas the children go to a community, they don't stay with their parents. So, yes, it could be that she was a caretaker. I got that she was more of a caretaker here on Earth, though.
Right. Like bringing that gifts down to Earth.
Yeah, that she probably has like starseed children, indigo children, rainbow children that attract to her now in this life because of that.
Yeah.
That might be like a gift.
So I would love to see that spaceship, and I'd love to see if it is maroon colored uniforms, because that would be kind of pretty. Anyway, okay, well, let's go to the next question, and we'll get to the questions in the chat after we do the questions from the community. So the next question comes from Chris MK, and Chris, you told me about one dragon, Lawrence, and we have out back. I've since learned a possible second dragon and possibly a female. What information are you able to provide? Thank you very much. So Kristen came immediately. I got yes, that there was a dragon. What do y'all get?
I love dragons.
We identified one out there, and now that she thinks there's a female out there, and I got yes. I didn't get that she was there permanently. I get that she comes and visits. What do y'all get?
Dragons, I've noticed they're kind of like shape-shifty sometimes. Like they have that like hidden kind of energy to them. And I think probably from the past or past lives even, you know, dragons were always seen as like bad or, you know, evil and things like that. So I noticed they have like a shape-shifting energy to them. And like I noticed they'll take different forms when they have to. You know, so it very well could be even like almost like a spirit guide that like shape shifts and presents itself as a dragon kind of thing.
Well, she has seen it in her, I mean, it's in her backyard. I'm not sure it's almost like a protector of her grounds, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're big protectors and protectors of like, I feel like those important seeds of wisdom, like the little jewels, the important things, and kind of hold that wisdom. I love dragons.
What I got is completely out of pocket. I feel like the dragon's pregnant and it's going to have a dragon baby.
The male dragon or the female dragon? The female dragon's pregnant. And she's going, you got me pregnant. That's why she's back. You got me pregnant.
Yeah, she's like, anyways, that was what I picked up. She might be pregnant. But if we're putting this in this context, it could be that something's about to be birthed, something's about to happen. There might be some creative energy, some fire energy that's coming into your life pretty soon. And that's why we're seeing that it's coming but not staying. It's just introducing and birthing something into that space. So.
I like it's pregnant and she's mad at him.
Yeah, she's pregnant. She said, sir.
So
I really want to take this joke so far, but it's not my show. It's Gail's.
Well, you can.
I try to reel it in a little bit.
If it stays G-rated, you can continue on.
It's what rated?
I said, if it's G-rated, what you want to say, you can continue on.
Yeah, it definitely gets into PG-13 territory. So.
Okay. All right. Well, the next question is Lulu Bubble. When will I have memories of working in the spaceship available to me? And who is my main guide? Thank you. Much love. Well, Lulu, I've get this question is asked a lot of times to me. And my question back to everybody is, why am I remembering? I'm the one that's the odd one out that I remember everything. It's not like you're out and not you're the odd man out, not knowing what you're doing. Is for some reason I'm allowed to remember what I'm doing. So I'm the one that's the odd one. Now, so I don't know when you're going to start remembering. If you're on your journey about your guides and things, it might be a while. Okay, I'll go ahead. I've got to blow my nose. Go ahead. Okay, I believe my allergies are acting up now. I was at the dog park earlier. Go ahead, which I'll get.
Well, bring it from what Gail said. If you're already on this path and things are opening up, it could just be a few more months or years until your intuition is open enough to be able to see that. But also along what Gail said, you know, you guys know I work on the spaceship and I do all this stuff and I don't remember what I'm doing up there. I don't even know. On occasion, I'll have a dream or a vision where they're telling me this thing happens because it's it's necessary for what I'm going to be doing. But if I don't need to know that information, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
You have anything to add to that?
Yeah, well, because the ego wants to know, our human ego wants to know. And I notice even dreams in general or things like that, like most of the time we're going to get the information that we need for that moment. If we knew everything that we don't know, we would be like overloaded. We would be way too far out there to be able to like integrate it and bring it down into reality. So I feel like anything spiritual, it's really normal to get those little breadcrumbs, those little puzzle pieces, and you kind of have to let your human self catch up with the spiritual realm in order to take that in.
Okay. And she also wants to know who her main god is. Who her main god.
I'm seeing something really shiny.
Yeah, I got like
Really big and
wings,
shiny. Yeah.
wings, light energy. It almost gives me archangel vibes, but not quite.
Yeah.
Like,
I still feel alien, but like it's really white light and bright and large. Yes. So you know all the species, Gail. So we tell you what we see, but I don't know the species.
Yeah,
I'm really not getting one that is coming to the forefront. That is like kind of like, hey, it's me. So it might take me a few minutes there, Lulu, for that one to come up. There is one, but for it to present itself, I'm not sure. Of course, I get on the show, my nose and my eyes are running.
Gail, go take a bathroom break. We're gonna let Sammy answer all these questions.
There you go. Okay. Okay. It did just come through. It just good. Actually, it's a blue Arcturian that just came in. So let me see about this. Because at first I thought it was going to be an angel because I was seeing wings too, but an Arcturian just now stepped forward.
So can Arcturians present themselves that way, or are these two different rides?
They can, because they range from 5th to like 11th, so they can present because they turn into light, at a certain point.
That's like where we're seeing it, is when it's turning into that light. Mm-hmm. That's what we're seeing, I think.
Yeah. So I think that's what this one did. I think it brought it down to let me see who it actually was, and then it's gone again. But it just came down just so ready to give you that information, Lulu. So it's an Arcturian, and I'm trying to see if he's going to give me, it's a male, and trying to see if he's going to give me his name. Oh my gosh. Frederica. What kind of name is that? Frederica.
If there is someone named Frederica on the show, she meant that's a lovely name.
That's right. It's a really lovely name. It took a while for that name to come out, for it to get pronounced. But anyway, there you go, Lulu. There's your Arcturian god named Frederica. So, okay. All right. So we're going to go to the next person, and Denise Garcia has put like 3 questions in. And Denise, I'm going to say you must be new to my channel because of the questions that you have put in. I do not do politics, government. I don't do conspiracy theories. None of that belongs here on this channel. What I'm doing is I'm trying to make it comfortable for everybody to be here and to be able to share their ET and alien experiences and make it normal for them. But I'm going to read the questions that you have posted, and I'm probably just going to say I have no comment. But the first one is, what will happen if the government tries to harm the ETs on the day of full disclosure? Will a battle or something bad happen? Well, everybody knows the ETs are telepathic. They also have so much more equipment and abilities than we do. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So I would think it'd be a little hard to get by them. So, so okay. The next question you have: how can someone tell if they have an implant inside of them? What do the ETs want to monitor with implants? Well, the negative implants are the ones you worry about, and usually those are the ones that will make you, or you'll be depressed. And it's mostly the people who are in the metaphysical world or want to be in the metaphysical world or have gifts, so they're trying to suppress them. So they'll show up as depressed, angry, suicidal thoughts, and that usually means that you might have a negative implant. And we go in and take it out so you can progress or ascend. Now, if it's a positive implant, usually they're monitoring you. They're monitoring how the environment's affecting you. They're monitoring how you're doing, and it's very loving. And they're giving you also direct information through the positive implants. So there you go, Denise. Do you have any comments on that one? Since Mary, you remove implants. You have anything to add?
I don't know. You explained it so well. The implants, all they do is they keep your frequencies from going higher than that.
Right.
And so if you're plateaued, if you're stuck, if you're reaching a ceiling that you can't break through, something like that, these might all be signs that you have an implant. Just hearing about implants, sometimes we automatically go like, do I have an implant?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
done that. I was like, Gail, do I have an implant? When I first learned about implants, but you kind of get a sneaking suspicion when your emotions and your mental state don't cycle and it doesn't cycle and change appropriately, when it just kind of stays at this lower level and keeps seeming to be stuck and go down, down, down. In which case you can have a little checkup. Yep. And we can check it.
There you go. Okay, and then the next question, Denise, is Kenneth Copeland some sort of ET? There's something in his eyes that seems different. Well, I didn't even know who Kenneth Copeland was, and so they had to tell me. But again, that's just not on this channel that we do. We don't look at the government or who might be an ET, because that's your next question is, do you think that the government, let's see, okay, did you think the government edited the pictures we can access of Mars to look more red so they can hide the green? Or anyway, we don't do government stuff. We don't do government conspiracy theories, trying to figure it out if somebody's an ET. That's just not this channel. This channel is more about the individual evolution of you being comfortable with the ETs and your personal journey. So, okay, do y'all have anything to say to all that? So Denise,
we're like, yes.
We're more than welcome to answer questions that are not related to the government or something that we're fearing what the ETs are going to do. We're just not going to do. This channel is not about fear, or conspiracy theories. So, okay. So the next question is Jen Carr. I never get the notification. Oh, well, Jen, there's been times that I've not gotten notifications like that too, and I have to go back out and click the notification button again. So she says, I was wondering if you could tell me what ET group am I working with? Are they the same group who gave healing and are training? Okay, that's where the mix-up was with Jen. Okay, so Jen, it definitely is the group that gave you the healing and training, because you're going up there training all the time with them. But who are you working with? Y'all have anything on that?
I'm not getting too much.
I feel like there might be 2 or 3 different groups that kind of come through for her, but the one that I see on this surface, there's 2 more closer, but there's closer. But there's one at the surface that I keep seeing a reptilian stepping forward into that space.
I saw the color brown.
So something like earthy and reptilian. Yeah. I definitely saw it kind of morphing into a reptilian shape. Now, I didn't understand the second part of that question. You guys are going to think this is crazy, but my ring is literally stuck in my shirt like this. So I'm going to sit like this the rest of the show. I might need help, actually.
You're going to end up taking your shirt off there, Mary. Okay, so let's see the reptilian.
The reptilian didn't want me to talk about it. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, they're seeing the. I'm also seeing the Palladian, and so you've got like 2 or 3 of them there, but you to get your healing abilities, and I think the healing abilities came actually from the Palladian. I think the reptilian. I think you got a real connection with that reptilian.
Maybe snake.
Yeah, it was literally my snake ring that got caught when I was talking about the reptilian.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what got caught.
I have a fairly new guide that's a snake, and she has big red lips. She's obviously a hybrid.
I love that.
Yes. So
like a Taylor Swift anaconda. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, so everybody looking at her going, because I don't particularly like snakes. And here I have a guy that's a snake. But then she shows me those big red lips. It's almost like those candy lips that you put on. That's almost what they look like. They're so big. So, but anyway, there you go, Jen Carr. You have a reptilian and a Palladian. And I know your healing abilities came from them. And I think your healing abilities did come from the Palladian. So there you go. Okay. And here's our last one from the community. Hello, this is Son of Watt. Hello, is there a message from my tall white guide? Son of Watt, okay. Specifically from your tall white guide? I think I'm going to pull a card on this, Son of Watt.
What deck are we using?
We are using, y'all want to pull a card? I'm using the Starseed Oracle deck.
Love it. Love that deck.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have that one, yes.
Y'all want to pull a card too? For a message? I don't think that you're specifically from the tall white, Son of Watt, that I'm getting a message from.
I got the word patience.
Yeah, and I got surrender. Yeah.
I was looking at my rest card.
Fall into my arms, surrender. Holding the opposites, extremes of life. There you go. What else do you have there? I think that says a lot for Son of Watt. Surrendering. Surrender. Surrender.
I think okay, the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I have a card here that's about rest and the calm, and she said the word patience. Yeah, she said nothing else is coming out of this deck.
So
right
it's
now.
like giving that energy of like not going to let you know too much because you have to kind of sit with it and surrender to it, be patient, rest, take time for yourself, and then answers will come more flowing, which Spirit likes to do that. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the chat and see who has questions. Susie's been busily starring them. I saw the stars keep coming up. So I think there's quite a few questions back there. Okay. Hey, Dream Journey 1. Dr. Gail, you said might talk more on the show if time thanks. A few days ago, briefly, I haven't. Oh yeah, Dream Journey 1. This won't be the show, but when I do the All About Aliens or an ET show, that's when I bring people on to talk about it. And yes, definitely, I want to bring you on to talk about this. And that'll be when I am by myself, and I'll bring people on to talk about it. So if you can hold that for when we make the announcement for All About Aliens and ETs, I really want to talk to you more about that. Okay.
Gail, I'm feeling rejected because I feel like you're doing sacred geometry behind my back.
I am. She and I am. Both.
I am.
No, because she saw some geometric shapes almost like 2 days after I saw some, and they were just coming in my eyes like. And so she was the same thing was happening to her, and I wanted to talk to her, but I wanted to talk to her. I want to bring her on the show and that we could discuss it together. So Dream Journey 1, please, when you see the All About Alien, because I really want to talk to you about that, because since it happened to me, I want to talk to her about it.
When is that show?
I'm not sure. It'll be probably next week, maybe. I can't remember what our schedule is. What's our schedule, Susie?
It's called All About Aliens.
It's All About Aliens and ETs, and that show is when I bring people on who have experiences, and they'll bring them in from the chat that'll come on and can talk about it. And Dream Journey 1, because it happened to me, I was really interested in bringing her home. Okay, so the next one, let's see, that's Mary's today, and then Kevin Briggs is the 23rd. I think that's the Tuesday. So Kevin Briggs will be the next show, and he is the one that wrote the book. He's been on here before a couple of times, and he always has ET experiences. So we're just having to play catch up with him.
I want to throw something.
You want to what?
My deck won't let me throw it. Doing sacred geometry behind my back. He always has alien experiences. I haven't had one in months. I want to throw things.
Why?
Why?
Why is the sacred geometry bothering you? Dream Journey 1's having sacred geometry too, so you're not going after her?
Guys.
Ginger says, okay, only
we'll have to just come on to that.
the connection may not work so great. Tried with Nancy Jean a while back and I kept cutting it. Well, let's try Ginger because I really, 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 we need to talk. Girl, we need to talk. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next question. But, you know, Arcturians are all about sacred geometry. So, hey, Michelle, hello, do I have ET guides? I have RH negative blood. Michelle, I know back in the 80s, that was the big thing, the RH negative blood. I have not found anything about that to be true. It can be, but I just have not found that to be even a concern when I'm on the spaceships and I work with the infants and the adults and everything. And that RH negative has just never has come up for me as being the issue. So I know that was a big thing back in the 80s and it does keep coming up, but I don't have anything for that or do y'all know anything about it? RH negative people on Earth?
I've heard.
Mary, you're holding back there for.
You heard it being a thing?
Yeah, I've heard it being a thing, but I don't know.
Specifically with aliens?
Well, that's what I've heard it many times, and I've asked that question all the time, but I just have not been able to validate it.
I mean, just with this person connecting in, I don't see that it may necessarily be like the RH necessarily related to alien, but I think this person definitely has some gray.
Yeah,
stuff at her reticulum or the reticula, whatever. I think that's a gray, right?
Yeah, that's a gray reticula. Yeah, she does. It's just that the RH negative blood doesn't have anything to do with that.
Two separate things, but you have a gray guide.
Yes, two separate things. And so you say she has a gray guide. Yeah, I mean, that RH negative comes up. I'm asked that question quite a bit, but I just have not been able to validate. Now I am up on the spaceship working on medical, and I just have not been able to confirm that the RH negative is anything to do with the ETs. I think it's just humans, but I could be wrong. We never know. We're going to find out when we finally get together. So, but anyway, there you go, Michelle. You have a gray guide, and he's saying his name is, he wants to be called his Earth name. He wants to be Sam. And the message, he's got a big message for you. He's saying, go forth. And he's marching forth. Yeah, you got a comedian. He wants you to go forth with what you're doing and what you're pursuing and go forth. And is he marching for you? I mean, in fact, now he's pulling out a flag, like he's marching with the flag. Okay, so there you go, Michelle. You got a comedian. So he's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, all right, let's go to the next question. Hey, Lupo, may I have a message from my spirit guides, angels, and loved ones? Thank you. Y'all want to take this one?
Yeah, on this card.
It's funny how y'all ask a question, both of y'all look at each other at the same time.
Oh, yes, we've got some cards flying out of the deck.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
Stars in the sky, limitless possibility.
Oh, look at that, Lupo. That's a good one.
This is from the Shaman's Dream
Okay.
Oracle. So that definitely gives me like extraterrestrial vibes. Maybe just spending time outside, spending time looking at the stars. I feel like you can get a lot of messages and you might not even recognize that they're downloads. It might just come through as like breakthroughs or certain thoughts that you have. It might not necessarily be like a visual experience of like going to the ship every time or things like that. Like sometimes just sitting outside with the stars will kind of clear your mind that you can start getting those little aha moments about things. That's what that gives me.
Show them the card because I love the light body on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's a pretty card.
It is very
Yeah.
pretty.
That is pretty. Okay, there you go, Lupo. All right, next. Hey, Vivian. May I have a message from angels and spirit guides, please? Thank you. All right, girls. Y'all have it.
Should I do that?
Do another one.
I love this stack.
I'm feeling more of this energy this time.
Yeah. This is a pretty.
I was like, that was way too
Fly
I was
out of
gonna
the
say,
deck.
this is a strong energy.
Lost compass, getting back to integrity.
Oh, I had
So
to
that
pull.
definitely tells me like getting in touch with your own source power, your own source energy, following kind of like your own North Star.
Yeah, I got big picture thinking. That
Mhm.
energy is so strong. I pulled a card too. Big
Yeah.
picture, visionary, inspired ideas.
Yeah, it almost feels like numerous energies. Like this makes me think of like the medicine wheel, like the circle where you can come from the south, the west, the north, the east, and it all kind of combines into one energy that you can shift into different spaces, different frequencies. So you might be like feeling all over the place, but that's really you kind of getting back to your center by being all over the place.
I'm gonna do the full reading that Sammy pulled too. Okay, so my first thought came to this card, which with this one we're looking at healing. So starting with this lost compass, where we might be feeling lost, not sure which way to go, and all the things that she said, healing. Then all of these literally jumped out. So then we have the unmarked trail, which is a revelation, coming into some sort of revelation in your healing work, something igniting inside of you. The dream thief, not letting anyone steal your dream, refusal of the call. So also not letting fear come in the way of what you're supposed to be stepping into. Spirit of the river. So once you decide to overcome your fear, jumping into that river, going with the flow, making sure that you're just doing what you need to do. Drifter is very similar, but it's about experiencing life as it comes. So not feeling like you're suffering in it, not pushing against it, not fighting life. Just allow yourself to drift down the emotions, the mental aspects. And then we have gathering around, the power of community. So I feel like this is also about finding your correct group of people to be with. Also, plant spirit medicine might help you with that. Then we have benefactors. So this is realizing abundance, and it's not just about receiving abundance for you. It's also about being able to give abundance without needing something back, without feeling scarce while you give. And then you have the horn cactus, the resourcefulness. So you know that regardless of what's going on, you have untapped abundance moving through you at all times, which is why you don't have to feel scarce. You always have a river of water running through you, even in the desert. Deep diver, another water card. So moving all the way to the depths of what you have going on inside, looking into the core of what's there, not being afraid, that shadow work. All the treasure lies in the bottom, not in the shallows. That treasure's long been picked away. Things you can see, don't worry about it. Go to the bottom, go to the core. And finally, you had crown games, which is right use of your power. Have a wonderful life. That reading should last you a year.
Well, there you go, Vivian. That was a full reading for you.
Don't do that again.
You know how my readings are. It's
Okay. All right, let's go to the next person. Hey, MEJ, let's see. I would love a message from my guides. Oh, there you go. Y'all can pull cards for that?
No.
No.
It's not allowed.
You just read that one?
Yeah, let me sit with this for 1 second because I'm feeling some energies between somebody has already set in it. What do you have?
I got child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you, MEJ. So what they're wanting you to do is to look within you. It looks like to me you're spending time externally looking for what the answers are, and they're telling me it's within you. Y'all go ahead.
No, that's good because I was feeling energies between somebody who has already made a plan or set an intention of what they want and started on the path, but hasn't quite come into the fullness of their healing journey yet. So we're still in that in-between state. So coming on the inside, looking within, I think that is exactly the message that's trying to come through.
Right.
Just be patient, let it go through.
It's like that cocoon metamorphosis stage.
Yeah. Spend some time in nature, meditating, alone, thinking, listening to your thoughts, and the answers will come, is what I'm getting, MEJ. It looks like to me you're looking too much outside of yourself. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Diana. I have A negative blood. Was always told you're too sensitive. What's wrong with you? Nothing at all is wrong with you, Diana. That is okay. That is great that you're sensitive. And that means that you probably didn't fit into your family, that you're probably a starseed or a hybrid of something, and you just didn't feel like you belonged. And I'm sure that's how I'm feeling, is that you just didn't feel like you belonged. But too sensitive is going to be to your benefit now, because you're going to be coming into your own. And the A negative blood, again, I just have not been able to verify that the negative RH negative blood has anything to do with ET connection. So, okay, y'all's turns. Mary, Sammy?
I definitely got that there is like a gift within that sensitivity.
Yeah.
So it's about shifting the perception, the mind frame, which I think comes with a lot of ancestral work, ancestral healing, especially from childhood, from the people that told you that, you know, that was wrong or bad. Like, it's having to unravel all of that and kind of switch your neuro pathways. So that can take time, but there is like a very deep gift within that sensitivity for sure. And most likely it will be something along the lines of like intuitive messages or channeling or like clairistance, where you feel things. Like, that's how you get your messages. Like, that's how I am. I get my messages just by feelings. I don't always have like visions or hear things like, and I think that one isn't talked about enough for people that in the spiritual community that do get like constant visions or clear words and clear sayings. So you have to put a little more care into yourself with that gift for sure. But there's definitely something there.
Also, Dana, if you're not taking
I
classes,
went a completely different way with the whole thing, honestly. I'm looking.
Do that.
No, but I'm looking into the RH thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm sitting here downloading about.
That was A negative.
Yeah. So what I was looking at with that part, yeah, with the blood types and those sorts of things, is that it's not directly related to being an alien, but I was shown that people who have certain alien starseed energy are more likely to have certain blood types or certain things like that happen of a certain group of alien.
well, okay, I'll go further with that, which I didn't want to go down, which I didn't want to go down this road.
Go down the road.
We can't identify the alien blood types that we have. It is not identifiable yet.
Yeah.
We are assuming that RH negative is that. There's a lot more to it than just ABC, you know, AB, ABO, whatever, and RH negative. There's so much more to it that we have not even identified. That yes, we do have alien blood or ET blood, but we don't identify that yet.
Yeah, we don't have a way to gauge it.
Yeah, like what I saw was like, yeah, there might be like, that's like a human thing from the beginning of time that these things have happened. But somehow, if we're doing like ratios or groupings or what are those called? Like where they take polls, there are certain
control groups.
Control groups. There are just by chance somehow like the likelihood of certain things being more likely with certain alien races in humans. Does that make sense? What it's just a word.
It can be that it's going to turn up like that, but I think it's going to be just a lot more specific.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the word like receptive or like receptors, that maybe certain types are meant to do more receiving, certain types are meant to do more like outer work or you know, things like that. Why'd you do that? But
there you go, Diane. Well, I'm going to tell you that what I'm getting is that you need to take some classes. Mary and Sammy offer classes at the Rustic Raven. Go ahead and take some, or take some medium classes, take some shaman, take a Reiki, just to open you up and see what you're interested in. Yours being too sensitive is going to be to your benefit. It is going to catapult you in this area. So look at it as a strength. Don't look at it as a weakness. Okay.
You were telling me to take a class. I was like, I've taken so many. What are you talking about? Why? I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to go to school.
All right, Mandy May, my guides are talking to me in my dreams, but I can't seem to remember what they are saying when I wake up. Well, my guides tell you what message they are trying to get to me. I didn't get that they're giving you a message as much as they're giving you information. Mandy, it looks like they're just downloading you information. What are y'all getting? Are you getting a specific? as I wipe my nose, a specific message. I see her crown chakra open, and they're going, just loading it up with information is what they're doing. And
I got the word wait. So it might be something that you just don't have access to yet. Because like I said, things like that, especially with dreams, like that's the way that it filters so our human brain can understand. So it might take a certain level for you to be at, or even just a certain space and time. I feel like that's why things like deja vu, or, you know, those random moments where you're like in the middle of your day and you're like, I dreamed about that random thing. Like that spark of a moment comes when it's supposed to come. So the wait is like, wait for that moment when the information needs to be available versus just wanting to know. But a thing you can do, if you're into crystals, program a crystal and sleep with it. Amethyst is a really good one, or lepidolite can help you remember dreams. You can keep it in your bed, under your pillow, bedside table, and program it to remember the information that you need from your dreams. So then when you pick it up or when you meditate with it, you'll get those downloads in a way that you can understand.
I love that.
that
Another
was good.
thing about dreams is when you wake up, being less attached to what it's trying to tell you and paying more attention to how you feel emotionally when you wake up, because it's not always about actually what you've seen or what you've heard. Sometimes it's just about something that's awakening or needing to purge from your energetic body.
Yeah, like the imprint of it.
And just allowing that
and
to
you can do
happen.
dream journals too. Keep it somewhere.
Okay, well, I'm getting a huge information coming in for her. Huge. Mandy, you're working on a spaceship. That's why you're hearing them talking to you.
You're not
Yes.
remembering, yeah.
And that's what's going on, is you're going into the spaceship. When I see your crown chakra open, you're going up into that light, going up to the spaceship, and you're working. The voices that you're hearing are the people that you're working with. And you're actually, it looks like they're talking to you, but it looks like you're the one that's in charge of them. So you've got an important job on a spaceship, and that is what the voices you're hearing. They're not giving you a message as much as they're working with you, and you're the one giving out the instructions. They're asking you questions. So that's the huge thing I just saw you doing, Mandy. So that's pretty big. So, okay. All right, next. Hey, Roanna, any message from my guys and galactic family? All right, ladies, take it.
Take it.
Am I allowed to
Take
pull
it.
cards?
Yes, you can pull a card.
Yeah.
This person has galactic babies, though. Have we talked about that with this person before?
I think so. Roanna's
Yes, I'm
connected.
definitely sensing that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dream thief, refusal of the call. So there's definitely something you're stepping into, a new kind of power source or wisdom that you're stepping into, and you're going to have to make the conscious decision to step into that power. And kind of like you said with that card earlier, not refusing the call, making sure you answer to spirit or whatever it is that's coming to you, but in a conscious way, and doing so without fear.
I almost feel like who's calling, though, like who's on the other line is some ancestor who's on the other side.
Yeah, almost this gives me like a very shaman energy, maybe like either a past life or ancestor shaman specifically, because I'm getting like all that energy from whatever this is.
Trust the timing. So what it's saying is trust the wave you came in. Timing is not running out. So run up. I know there's a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this too. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Give me the messages. Hurry up. What am I supposed to do? But time is not running out. Okay.
The messages hit so much deeper when they come in that moment when you need them. You know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Susie White, can you please tell me who my gods are? All right, ladies.
I don't know why I keep seeing the same.
I feel that's the first silent moment I've heard. Everything's just applause. It's like,
lights, that bright white light, and I keep seeing reptilians. Like for
I've
multiple
seen
people today.
reptilians a lot today too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we have certain chat rooms, there are certain like groups of things that end up happening and reasons why those particular people are on those particular days.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep seeing that white light thing again. Not tall with wings like last time, but just like a white light type guy.
It's the balance of like that higher energy and that
With
lower
the reptilians.
energy.
That would make a lot of
Like
sense.
the heaven and earth balance and kind of bringing those together.
I like that a lot.
well, I think the reason why you're seeing it is we're becoming more accepting of the reptilians.
Yes.
Before we were like, reptilian, oh my gosh, a reptilian. But we have become more receptive and realizing that there's so many good reptilians. And I think that's why they're showing their faces more now.
I think they're real adorable.
Yeah, I guess so.
I got more comfortable now that I'm
So
like
there's-
you, Gail. Like snakes freaked me out until I got to know the archetype of the snake. And alligators, crocodiles, same thing.
They're so bumpy though.
Susie's a reptilian guide, and I do think they are just showing their faces because we are more receptive to them. And they are great guides and they are great protectors, and that they do show up a lot for protection. So
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
You need that dark just as much as you need that light. Like that's that balance you need. And I feel like even with guides specifically, like having more like earthbound or like lower vibrational, not like, you know, demon, malicious, whatever that is kind of thing. But having that balance, because we as humans,
Stacy says,
well.
Stacy's in here talk about reptilians, except when they're trying to kill you. The ones that are negative, Stacy, have been run off of this planet. So we don't have a lot of the negative ones here anymore. We have more of the positive ones. So, and oh, thank goodness, White Dragon, you're here. I didn't see you before. I'm going to say he's he's been actually getting more and more reptilians in his life. I feel
like they're also stepping forward to help people with like their throats and what they're supposed to be speaking.
Yeah, the part of protection. Like you can speak. I'm here. I'm here to protect you. Go ahead and speak your truth. So yeah, that's a lot of it. So okay, all right. Next, hey Tina, do my guys have anything they want me to know? Okay, all right, girls, ladies.
I'm picking up a lot of this energy. For me, that's co-creating, planning, setting your intentions for what you want and bringing that forward into this space. I feel like you've done a lot of healing work. I feel like you've done a good bit of shadow work. Stop pulling cards right now. A whole bunch just flew out again.
It's not that many, it's just 4.
Just 4. Well, we have 2 minutes. So
yeah, Stacy, I'm gonna
clarity, organization. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Co-creation. Perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And closing door, completion. So you're completing a cycle and moving into something else.
Yeah,
so
birth and creation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, Stacy, I'm going to address you again. Usually, if you're having trouble with one that's attacking you, go ahead and get in touch with Mary or Sammy. You need to probably get in with a shaman that can figure out what's going on with that, what kind of cord. I have found that it's mostly the Dracos, the ones that are attacking, but you need to get somebody to help you with that if you can't get rid of one and you're continually attacked. So they can work through that with you. You don't need to be sitting there getting attacked. You're stronger than any of them, and you can tell them to go away. So you've got to remember that you are stronger than any negative entity that comes into your life. So we have to check to make sure you don't have a negative implant that needs to be removed. So go ahead and contact the Rustic Raven at, ladies,
www.therusticraven.net.
Yeah. So you don't need to go through this
It might,
long.
it might be on my shirt. This is
It
my
is.
Raven Riot.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
No, you're
And you're not even in the camera. It's a rough Raven.
probably backwards.
At
Rustigraven.net. Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to take this one last question. Hey, Karen, I believe that I may have been abducted, but I was so young, I haven't started school yet. I've seen something watching me at times. I seem to be super sensitive to most meds, metals, polyester, etc. So you think you were abducted, and are you wanting me to confirm that? I haven't started school yet. I've seen something watching me at times. I seem to be super. I'm assuming that you're asking to confirm that from us, Karen, to see if you were abducted. Well, no, you weren't actually abducted. They're just interested in your health. And it looks like to me you're associated with them.
Yeah, I must get like a just a watching vibe.
Yeah, they are watching you because they're interested in you. They're monitoring your. They keep saying monitoring your health, monitoring your health. I don't know what's going on with your health, but they're monitoring it. So, what else do y'all have?
Okay, so I think it's separate from the ETs. This is something more human, but the energy that I'm seeing is moving up the root in the sacral. There's nervousness associated with it. As soon as I tapped into your energy, I actually wanted to step out of the camera for whatever reason. So this shows me that there might be some attachment sort of energy that's happening that might be actually attacking your health, your emotional health, physical health, or your mental health. So if something like that is happening to you, like she said, you can set an appointment with Gail, you can set an appointment with Sammy, you can set an appointment with me, pretty much anyone. But really what this looks at is healing past traumas. And once we can heal over that space, all of these things will kind of just naturally release from you. So no fear or anything like that. It's just about bringing your awareness to the things from your past that need to heal.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us. Sorry we didn't get to all the questions. Let's see. Are we answering this question too? Hello, Mary Green.
She's like, I guess we're doing this one too.
We're doing another question. Hello, Gail. I am Sammy's mom. Oh, I like you investigating. It's your mom. Spent time in New Mexico, Roswell, New Mexico. I would love to know anything on my spirit guide. Okay.
Y'all handle that.
Seeing the light again.
It's harder to handle on somebody, in your family.
Yeah, and I tell her that all the time because she always asks me to pull cards and stuff, and I'm like, Mom, I'm way too close to you.
Yeah, it's hard to do it on people that you're close to, Mary. So let's see.
I'm feeling this energy though, so that means you have lots of resources. You're a bomb AB, and just use all of what you have wisely. Is what I'm seeing with that, because you've got some stuff going on in a positive way, in a good way. You have the experience, you have the wisdom. It's all just about using it wisely and in a organized way to bring about what you want in your life.
Call in support from your star family. So it looks like to me you're very connected to your star family, and you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. They're wanting you to start talking to them. So I don't know if you're communicating or not talking to them, but they want you to go directly to them, not through somebody, to go directly to them, because you have that ability to talk directly to them. Now let me see if I can pick up who. I see a tall white.
Yeah, I did get that Arcturian.
And there looks like there's 4 of them. I think the other ones are gray hybrids, but it's your tall white that's the leader, or the one that's stepping forward. But and it's a male, he wants you to talk directly to him. And he says, open up that communication, open up your heart, open up your throat. Actually, he's wanting me to send you turquoise coloring to open all that up. So he wants you to open it up. And so you can communicate with them through meditation, there's some kind of block there, and it looks like it's in your throat, and that they're wanting you to start communicating directly. I hope that makes sense to you, Mary, but you have a direct connection to them, so you need to start talking to them. Okay?
An Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Love that starseed stuff.
Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you next week. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Sammy, and thanks, Susie. And we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.